applying pressure. Somebody stop us, running my class.
It's week 9 of the 2023 season, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Lions and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Detroit Lions and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Carr right away going to look to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. Hold on to it. A nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being active protectors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On first down, Jennings. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Jennings. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Darren Waller in this Raiders offense back out for the next possession. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. On 2nd and 12, Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. Avoids him at the 40. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From midfield, here's Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. To throw again on second down. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as his defense went a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a short gain here down to the 22. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And it's going to be another first down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 3rd down, Jennings. Open man there is Collins, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 36 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Jennings. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. And this one will not get there. Off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So out now come the Lions. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jennings. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Jennings. Eluding the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Now an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And take it right on the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. He's got Renfro on the out route. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's interference. Defense.
So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
So many times in my career, just talked about completions or as long as we're there at the catch and get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Down to about the 32. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Carr going to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Lions offense set to take over. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings being chased out left. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Jennings. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
False start. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jennings. And the Raiders have got him. Malcolm Kuntz in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Ooh, with a juke. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Play action. Now it's Carr. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jacobs from the gun. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 14 yards that time for number 14.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jennings. He dumps this off underneath to McFarland. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Carr. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the 2nd half of the season. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. 20-17, your final.
From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And not much went right in those first two quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jameson Williams who's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's a handoff to Swift. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jennings. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. To throw his Carr. The open man here, Renfro. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Back to Renfro again, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. They fake the handoff. Now Carr.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Here's A.J. Cole now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw on 3rd down, Jennings. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent,
who did things largely below the radar. Not this guy. 819 catches, that speaks loudly in volumes.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Carr to throw again. It's caught here by Adams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, he goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to run.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. On play action, now Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a later touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Carlson down to add the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
On second down, Swift. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Raiders heading out to take over.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. He's got room at the 30.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Jacobs now. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
No run back here for McFarland. A touchback and the ball out to the 25.
So here come the Lions now.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Throwing on first down, Jennings. They still can't get it. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A 6-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw on second down, Jennings.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Operating from the gun, Jennings. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Carr going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
43 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr over the middle. It's complete.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal. It's a tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Carr now on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions from the head coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Here's Anthony McFarland to return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Jennings. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Jennings steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He dumps this off underneath to McFarland.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Malcolm Kuntz able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense,
Dale.